Welcome to part 2 of the 10 hacks that will make your 2024 fun and memorable. Number 1, write down what you would do if you weren't busy with limited free time. When you find yourself in a position where you have a lot of free time, you won't just be wasting it by being bored when you use this hack. Instead, you already have many things you previously wanted to accomplish. Additionally, this hack is great for achieving those small goals and increasing your productivity during downtime. After I started doing this myself, I realized how much of my free time I wasted by being mindlessly bored. Now that I keep a list, I can power out a few different things in my downtime instead of filling those hours with unjustifiable boredom. This hack is also an excellent way to keep track of any goals you might think about throughout the day, which are easy to forget. Number 2, endless recommendation letters for college students. It is no secret that recommendation letters can go a long way, especially when looking for careers post-graduation. This life hack requires effort, but it is incredibly worth it. Go to your professor's office hours. It doesn't need to be every day. Even just a few days a week is fine. It shows them that you care about the class and your work, allows you to communicate with them face-to-face, and grants you unabashed permission to ask any questions. At the end of the semester, ask for a letter of recommendation, and if you have acquainted yourself well via their office hours, they will be happy to write one for you. You can do this for any professor that offers office hours. Even if you gain 3 letters a year, that is 12 letters of recommendation by the time you graduate, assuming 4 years for your bachelor's degree. Hello, future career. Number 3, bring a power strip with you while traveling. This hack is beneficial if you stay in a hotel with limited wall outlets. There have been many instances in my traveling experience where I stayed somewhere where I could not charge all of my devices at once. This leads to wasted time and fumbling with all my power cords. Simplify this by bringing a power strip with you. They can be found in many stores and are not too expensive. Trust me, they will save you. Also, this life hack can benefit others, especially if you travel in a group or have a long layover at the airport. As we all know, people usually have to fight over the power outlets while waiting for their next plane. However, if you have a power strip, you can share it with multiple people. Number 4, buy a dash cam for your car. Everyone is familiar with dash cams, but it perplexes me why more people do not have them for their vehicles. In some countries, dash cams are becoming mandatory because they are incredibly helpful in accidents and unplanned confrontations with other drivers. They can get pretty pricey, with some costing at least $300. However, the cheaper ones work just as well as their expensive counterparts. So far, owning a dash cam has gotten me out of a few hairy situations. Also, be sure to purchase one which records audio and video. This hack is important because sometimes a dash cam will not pick up small details like license plate numbers. With audio recording capabilities, you can verbally record vital information that the camera may not have picked up. Number 5, speak deeper, not louder, for people with hearing problems. Most people fail to realize that hearing impairment often affects higher sound frequencies. Therefore, speaking louder does not necessarily make your voice clearer to those with damaged hearing. If you speak in a lower tone, you are much more likely to be better heard by the person you speak to. Keeping your mouth facing them is also helpful so they can read your lips. Speaking to someone with a hearing impairment is no longer an awkward chore. Just follow these steps and everyone can hear you better. Number 6, stay focused with ambient music. When it comes to music for concentration, most people listen to classical music. I used to do the same thing until I heard about the wonders of video game soundtracks. Much more science is involved in video game music composition than most people realize. Not only does it exist to set the mood for excellent gameplay, but it is also created to keep you engaged and focused. When choosing music, try searching for games that are more puzzle/problem-solving oriented. I love listening to the Portal 2 soundtrack, free to download from the official site. It makes simple, uninteresting tasks much easier to focus on. Number 7, compose all of your emails as though they would be forwarded to the person you would least like to see it. This life hack is important for conveying professionalism and respect throughout every sentence of your message. If you find it challenging to compose your message with this in mind, it is probably best to communicate it verbally or through a physically written medium. This hack is also essential because there is always that tiny chance that your message will be forwarded to that person. You don't want to burn bridges or destroy your professional image by accidentally sending a rude, unprofessional email. Always keep them at a very high standard. Number 8, pro tips for apartment hunting. Always keep these simple tips in mind when shopping around for a new place to live. Check for call reception, inspect cabinets, and behind tight spaces for discoloration, which can be a sign of infestation or mold. Inspect windows for water damage. Check the water pressure on all temperature settings. Check for adequate power outlets in each room. Ask the neighbors which part of the area is the worst in terms of shady activity and noise. Drive through the area at various times of the day to get an idea of local activity. Make sure the owner of the building is local. Be aware of all of the policies and rules regarding the lease, and understand the consequences of breaking the lease. Number 9, find lost items easier in the future. The next time you search for a lost item, remember the places you first looked for it. When you find that item, put it back in the first place you thought it was. That way, when you search for that item again, you will know precisely where it is. I learned this organizational tip very early after I got my place. You should thoroughly check the first place you look because it is easy to overlook something, especially if you are in a rush. Lastly, don't be fooled. WD-40 is not a lubricant. This hack is a common misconception that many people seem to believe. Even though WD-40 has lubricant-like properties, it is not a substitute for a proper lubricant. WD-40 is best used as a rust prevention agent and solvent for cleaning grease. Using it as a lubricant for a bike chain, for example, will break down the remaining lubricant and dry out, causing it to squeak. It will also leave a thin layer of anti-corrosive film, making it difficult for other lubricants to do their job. That's it. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope these life hacks will make your 2024 memorable and fun. Feel free to share this video with your friends and colleagues. Till next time, have a great day.